everybody.
Hello.
Yeah.
We had some problems, didn't we?
Oh man, did we feel like yeah. I mean, oh my gosh, we were
This
supposed
is
to
our
start this
second
thing
attempt at this.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
And we
But
spent
it's
2
Steve and
hours.
Larned. Huh?
Yeah. Zoom is really tricky.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always work the way you expect it to. And we
Right.
spent 2 solid hours this past Sunday afternoon trying to get it to work. I
Yeah.
mean, we didn't have any audio. We had video. We didn't have the audio. So we
Didn't
got
have
on the
the
cell
audio.
phone. We're talking to each other.
And there
And
was one button that I found that I pushed, and that was the problem.
yeah, you need to
But,
write that down.
yeah.
Write
I
that
know
down
what
if
it
it
is
happens
now.
again.
But anyway, we are back again with another episode, and we've got quite a few comics this time. So
Picture's pretty clear. I'm using a
should be
giant
enjoyable.
blue. I'm sorry, but I'm using this big blue microphone. I haven't used it before. Well, I have kind of, but this time you
Mhm.
can see it. So I'm just saying that. I don't
Yeah.
have a volleyball in front of me. This is a
No, it's a
microphone.
microphone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
from that microphone is from the 1840s, so that's why it's a little bit different. All right, what are we going to start off with? You got something to start off with?
I got something really cool.
Uh-oh.
It's called Inspector
Oh,
eBay
man.
of the
All
Cairo
right.
Police. I never
Now
seen
we got
anything
some.
quite like it before. It's from this guy, Larned Justin. You ever heard of that guy?
I've heard of them, yeah.
Yeah. He likes to draw comics with people with grand poobah hats on them and stuff. But
He's from
no, it's really,
Egypt.
really funny stuff. And you surprised me with this one. I didn't even know you were working on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't say anything about it. And then you mentioned me at the end, which I got a kick out of, and I was flattered. This is my first comic in a number of years. After starting a Small Press Comics Review YouTube broadcast with longtime Small Press creator Steve Keeter, I thought I should get back into publishing my own comics again. And you did this, and you knocked this out pretty quick. I've heard you say, it's a lot of work to make a comic.
16 pages. It's only 16 pages, but once you pencil them and you start, then you got to go back and ink them, and then had problems at the printer. I didn't have it formatted right, and had to go back to the printer 2-3 times, but we got it.
The 16 hilarious pages, Inspector eBay in the year 1943, Inspector eBay of the Cairo Police has to save the world from Dr. Fu Achu.
Achu, yeah. Fu Achu.
It says so right here. Maybe I should adjust my lighting to try to get that a little clearer.
Yeah.
But yeah. But there's some really funny stuff here. Dr. Fu Achu and his henchmen, they're not trying to kidnap, not trying to rule the world. He doesn't want to rule the world. What did he say?
He actually would like to rule the world, yeah.
He would, but he doesn't actually say it. And he's got his, when he sends out his henchmen, these are his henchmen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right there. 3
right
henchmen.
There. Yeah.
And they just happen to be the Henchman brothers, Igor and Boris, the 3 Henchman brothers.
And there's a lot of stuff going on here. But they keep
very silly humor, slapstick. You might like this. This is $4. I'll put the information in down in the description of the video. And story and art by me, and silliness by me. And there is a warning on the cover. Please silence your cell phones and wear a mask while reading this publication. I just want to be on the safe side.
Now, one thing that happens, they kidnap the mayor of Cairo.
Yes.
And they keep sending messages to Inspector eBay.
Mm-hmm.
And every time they send a message, it's on a brick.
Right through his window.
Right through the window, right? Until after a while, he can't afford to replace the window anymore.
No.
So he has it all boarded up. And one of those guys still tries to throw a brick through it, and it bounces off. Anyway, okay, there's a lot of crazy stuff. I'm telling you, this is really hilarious. And I'm not just saying it because this is my pal Larned, but I'm saying it because it's really hilarious. I laughed the whole way through this. Dr. Fuachu is building a Zeppelins, and they're made out of lead. Get it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I highly recommend this. No kidding. Today, Cairo. Tomorrow, the world.
The world. There
you
you
were right.
go.
He is trying to conquer the world.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
Well, darn.
And there's only one man that can stop him. Inspector eBay of the Cairo police.
Yep. It looks like the front is like this. It looks like the back cover is the view from the other side.
Yeah.
So this is great. Your sense of humor is this just. My microphone just fell over. It's precariously perched from a little box here. Yeah. Well, I'm playing around with this.
Yeah, well, microphones from the 1800s are delicate, so take it easy.
They are. They are. Yeah, I had to pad my desktop, all the styrofoam and stuff here. But
okay, what do we want to look at next?
That's that one.
The best comic of the entire show out of the way, we can do these other comics.
What do you think is the next comic, the best comic, in fact?
The next comic?
Well, it's going to be hard to top that one.
Well, I'll tell you a really good one. You want to see a real good one?
Sure.
Scenes from a Marriage.
You're right. And I just got this yesterday.
Did you get a chance to go through it?
Yeah, this is from Mac Farland. And I read this last night, and this is it's thick. For one thing, it's a really thick menu. I'm not sure how many pages
how thick that is. I don't know the number of pages, but it's very thick.
Yeah, I thought about counting it. I was wondering if it was 365 pages, like a year, but.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you've ever been married or you are married, you are going to find yourself in this book. It consists of 4-page gags.
Gags, yeah.
Each page has 4 panels, and they're each by themselves. And the things that go on, I've done them. I've been there. It's great. Very funny, very clever, and I think he had some friends contribute to the. He does all the drawing and everything, and
he does,
and comes out with the gags. But I think he's had friends, give him some situations that he can draw. So I think that's part of it. He's got a great web page, which I'll put down in the description. He's got a number of comics on his web page, artwork, sculptures, things like that. And
some of this is in color. There are a few
part
pages
of it's
in color.
There's a few color pages.
Yeah.
And
it's funny stuff. He has a cat named Slasher.
Yeah.
They get some gags
from that. Cat.
Yeah, this is one of the most surreal gags I saw. They hear this sound, woo, wah, woo, and the wife says, "Oh Jesus, we're gonna die." Something's coming, right? And I have to turn this around so I can see what happened. It's just Slasher, see? So it's just the cat.
Yeah.
And she says, "My God, I thought we were being shelled by the Germans." He said, "Shelled by the Germans. I know you were born in 1979, not 1939, right?" She said, "That's what you think." And then you look at the last panel.
Yeah.
It's like, ah! All of a sudden, she's this old hag.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them are pretty far out like that, and some of them are everyday things that happen that are just funny between a man and a wife when they're married. It's very good, very well drawn, and I think he is an art teacher, by the way.
He's washing the dishes here.
Yeah.
But they're like slice of life. I mean, it's like the last one was kind of surreal, but they're slice of life stuff.
There's a couple real far out ones, but most of them are everyday stuff, but with a good punchline at the end. I highly recommend this. This is it's $8, but I mean, it's a great little comic. You will get a kick out of it. I just think this is really great. Yeah.
I stayed up late last night just to read all the way through it.
Yeah.
What a year.
It'll take you a little while to get through it, which is great. But I think you'd really enjoy this. I really do. This is a great comic.
I don't know who I would compare his artwork to. Maybe Chick Young.
I don't know. I kind of get a vibe from it, and I can't quite place it.
Right.
But just cool. Just very well done. Crazy stuff. He'll usually compliment his wife,
What happened
and
here?
then by the end of the panel, he screwed that up completely. After complimenting her, he ruins it.
Yeah.
He does that
Yeah,
a
like
lot.
here, he says, hey, are you still going to make pancakes? And she feels kind of guilty here because she said, like, yeah, I can. You made eggs, and we ate that, so I wasn't planning on it. And so then he kind of walks away, and she thinks, and he thinks, well, that's all over. So then he comes back, and he says, hey, what you doing? And she says, I'm making pancakes, like you asked. And he says, oh, I just ate some cold pizza, so I'm good. And there's a headline in the back says, area man savagely stabbed to death with a spatula.
Yeah, he ruins it all the time. Yeah, he does that a lot.
So,
Anyway,
yeah.
great comic.
Yeah.
Very good.
Totally highly
recommended.
And man, what a value. I mean, you get so much.
Yeah,
That's
look
a
at that.
thick book.
Yeah, great.
And then I got a really little tiny comic. Did you get this one?
Yeah. Look at this.
From Micheal Neno.
Micheal Neno's micro comic, Horse Crime Comics.
Horse Crime Comics. It's maybe the size of a couple of postage stamps.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hold it in your hand here. I don't know how many pages it is.
And it's in color. The whole thing's in color.
It's all color. But here's the other thing. There's a note in the back where he gives credit to, he didn't actually draw these pictures. They're public domain comic book pictures. And then I think he
saw that.
made a story out of them. He put the lettering in and all that to make a story, but he didn't actually draw the pictures.
In the
They're probably quite old from comics.
The public domain by the following artists: Dick Giordano, Ernie Hart, Al Hartley, and Walter Johnson. In the front, he says, written, published, and copyright Micheal Neno. So apparently somehow he assembled all these pictures together and made a story out of it.
Yeah, they're in the public domain. Yeah. And then he made a story out of it in a little bitty mini comic.
And it's a hilarious story. It has to do with this talking horse.
Yeah.
He's looking for the loot. Apparently Kowalski, he says, Kowalski, I know you're in there. Where'd you hide the loot?
Yeah.
And the whole, this tiny little comic is very funny.
Oh yeah, it's good.
And
it's good. Good stuff.
And this is some pretty cool, it's public domain, right? But this is cool stuff.
Yeah.
Looks right out of the 1950s.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, fun little comic.
How he could put all that together, that's just genius. Micheal Neno, he's been around for a long time, and he always does really good stuff.
Yeah.
So, Mike, we enjoyed your book.
It's
$3 postpaid.
$3 postpaid.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And 2 copies, if you want 2 copies, $5 postpaid.
2 for $5.
5 for 2.
You can't beat it.
You can't.
You don't get those prices at Walmart, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
No, Mike, we really enjoyed it. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks for sending that along.
What do we got next here?
I got Watusi.
Watusi.
We didn't talk about this one last time. We talked about Dale Martin.
This was from Dale Martin, who sent us a whole bunch of comics last time, and we saved a few for another episode, and this is the episode. So you got,
and it's a comic, but it's also like a Christmas card.
It was a Christmas card, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a comic and a Christmas card.
And
he writes,
a lot of,
he wrote a little something to me in there.
Yeah, he did that too.
Christmas.
He wrote more to you. He must like you better.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah, it's the beard. It's the beard, man.
Very nice work. I don't know if you know Watusi or not.
Yeah.
He's a talking dog.
But he does the Watusi comics that are jam comics, and he does the first panel, and other people
ask you to finish the story sometimes.
Right. But this one he did by himself. This one's it's all Dale. I love this picture of Watusi jumping through the snow.
Yeah.
This is really nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's great.
So thanks for sending that, Dale. And we did have a good Christmas. I know I did, and I think Larned did. So.
Oh yeah, sure did. How about another Dale here? Fever Dreams.
Fever Dreams. Yep, I got that one. Oh, is that cover a wraparound cover? Let me see.
Well, the interesting thing about this is,
Ooh,
when you talk about the cover, it is a book cover. Look at this. It's a book cover.
Yeah, it kind of folds over the book.
It's got a book. Yeah,
it does fold over the book.
And it's got liner notes on the inside of the book cover and all that. You know, I can show that to you.
So this is cool. I have to go back because I read it like 4 days ago, and I have to go back and look what's happening here.
Well, it's different because they're his dreams.
Oh yeah, this one's kind of serious.
Yeah, well, in part, but
Cities
the
abandoned.
pages go together, so you kind of got to watch when the next dream pops up.
Mm-hmm.
He'll usually sign, like maybe on the second page, he'll sign it, so you know another one is starting after that. And
it starts out with world overrun by zombies, and
he lists the different dreams on here.
Uh-huh.
They're so you know which ones they are, but you got to kind of look on when you go through the pages to see which ones they are.
This is really attractive artwork too. I like the.
Well, his artwork is always great, and this is very different. You know, I've never seen him do anything like this before either. This is kind of new. And I'm wondering if you put a price in here on this one. I don't remember offhand.
I just keep looking. Yee, like he's cooking here. I just there's all these crazy random things that's happening. This guy's cooking and everything. You get to the end of this sequence, and he says, "Shredded snake does not make a good pizza topping." Yeah, don't put shredded snake on your pizza topping. Dave has given us the heads up on that one. You see this guy.
I'm glad he did too, because I almost did that until I read this. Anyway, that's Fever Dreams from...
The other one is Shredded Rat. Don't try that one either. I tried it a couple of times, but it didn't taste any better the first time, but it did the second time.
You know, on the cover here, though, there's an ant eating this lady.
Well, darn, he is. A big giant ant.
A giant ant is eating this lady.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's the whole cover.
That could be the Wasp. Ant-Man should show up at any time.
Yeah.
Yep, Henry Pym needs to resolve this. That's not going to fly.
No.
It's a winged ant too, so.
Yeah. All right, let's see. We got another Dale. Monster
I'm
Melee.
still kind of fascinated by this one, but anyway, go ahead.
Here's Monster Melee.
Sure enough.
Dale. A little mini.
Mm-hmm.
And this one just has basically pictures of monsters.
Pictures of monsters.
Drawings of monsters.
Smash.
Yeah.
Yep.
Smash the monster.
In the Hulkian way. And I think this is another, this one opens up too. Right? Oh, the way it's folded.
Yeah.
Yeah, it opens up like this. And look, what is this on the inside? Looks like there's a poster on the inside.
It's a poster. Look at that.
Yeah, if you open the whole thing up, there's a poster.
Monster Melee poster. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Now I'll never get it folded back up again. That's the only problem with that.
There's like no end. This guy's imagination is endless, boundless, you know.
Yeah. So that's
monsters eating other monsters.
And we'll have all Dale's ordering information in the description again. So you can get one of these and frame it. Open it up and frame it. Perfect.
There you go. Yep. Appreciate it.
What do you got next?
I forgot to mention the two little mini comics you enclosed with your comic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This looks like you right here.
That is me.
That's you.
Yep,
yeah.
that's
Candid
me.
Cartoons. Did you do these recently as well?
Yeah. I just did them in a couple of days, those two things. The monster is chasing the guy after he wants the small press comics.
Yeah, he gets on the bus. The monster's on top of the bus.
Yeah. I thought I got away from him, but he was on the top of the bus.
Yep. There you go. Get off the bus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got to get off the bus.
I should show you the last panel, but it would be
one
giving
wrote
away
it.
the ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll show it quick.
These are $1,000 each, so you can get
And
one.
the other one is just random drawings.
Yeah.
That
crazy guys. Yeah.
Larned did.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny stuff. You know, but you know, it's imaginative, and you know, the thing is, I used to do a lot more doodling and stuff than I do now. You're still doing it, and it's kind of how I started out. Well, I started out doing stick figure comics back in the early 1960s. I did stick figure comics with the entire Avengers and everything, you know, and Superman and Superboy and who were everybody, but they were all stick figures in the early days.
Yeah, I've videoed my doodles one time. I saved a whole bunch of them up and videoed them. Probably on my YouTube channel.
I think I might have seen that video.
Yeah.
That strikes a bell. So I think I've probably seen that.
All right, what do we got next?
We got the Twilight zine.
Twilight.
From Jim Maine.
From Jim Maine and Alan Sissom.
And Alan Sissom. I'm sorry, Alan. Yeah, absolutely. Alan, totally.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this Brad Foster back cover. My goodness.
Artist interpretation of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, different episodes of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, they're different. Different artists have drawn different episodes, famous episodes from the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a neat thing to have.
It was page 8, which is page 8 by Mark Lehrer, has Nightmare at 20,000 feet.
Remember that? I remember that.
That's the one that had William Shatner in it.
Yeah, I remember
that's watching that. The monster on the wing.
Yeah.
And this one here, that was the Riddler.
That was what?
It looks like, why am I drawing a blank? The guy who played the Riddler on the Batman TV series.
Oh, I know who you mean. Yeah,
looks like him.
I can't say it either. But this is a Brad.
Why am I drawing a blank on that?
This is a Brad Foster on the back page.
Yeah, and that is gorgeous. As all of Brad Foster's work is. Neat. That is utterly beautiful.
Yeah. So I don't want to show every one of them, but
Rod Serling.
These are available from Jim Maine and Alan Sissom. And once again, we'll have all the ordering info. This is $1.50 from Jim Maine. So
got a few illos from Verl Holt Bond in here. Those are nice. I always like to see Verl's artwork.
I like the front cover one with the guy with the third eye in the middle of his forehead.
Yeah, I remember that one too. With a real Martian.
I got that from my first COVID shot. I had that eyeball in the middle of my forehead.
Published by Flying Pig Publications. That's Jim and Sissom Comics Group. By golly.
Yeah.
So you want a nice little mini that, you know, it's cool and it's humorous and it's got great art and everything. This is the one.
Yep.
So don't pass it up. Make those guys happy, and you know, and send them much more. If you really appreciate this, and you talk about $1,000, send them $1,000. They can split it $500 each.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Right.
These guys deserve it.
Heck yes. If you're going to send me $1,000 from my comic, you might as well send them $1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got? I got here the UFO newsletter.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Verl Holt Bond, that's a cover, a full color cover by Verl Bond, which the color was added by Steve Shipley.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And the back cover, Tom Felrath worked something out where Greg Capullo, who's an artist on Spawn and Batman, there's a video also. There's a video that he did that he sent to the UFO newsletter. I haven't figured out how to copy it. For some reason, it's not letting me copy it. I want to make a copy of it and distribute it, but it's, you know, the UFO members have seen it. And Greg Capullo was really funny in that video. He's just wishing everybody in the UFO a Merry Christmas is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. But here's a picture, look, taken from the video. He's a really funny guy, and of course, you know, he's a great artist. Then he got on the back cover. He's not even a UFO member. You're not supposed to be on the cover if you're not a UFO member.
Right.
We made an exception for this guy.
Oh yeah, that's good. Well, there's a bunch of articles, and one of the things, you know, the members do is describe some of the other comics, and some of them we've reviewed on our show here, so you get a different take from some of the people in here.
Yeah, we got some great people in the group, and the UFO newsletter comes out every 2 months. It's free to the membership. Of course, they have to pay their member dues every year, but it covers they get free copies, but you can also order it too. In fact, we have a lot of subscribers now, and there's some great people in the group. How
much is it to order one of these?
I published this thing. I got to look it up.
It's not
because bad. I've been playing around with the $3.
$3? That's a pretty thick little comic for $3.
Yeah, and some issues are really big, you know.
Yeah.
So I can't find the indicia in the front. Yeah, it's $3 to non-members of the group. If you're a member of the group, it's $2.50, but it comes out of your membership dues, so you don't even notice it.
Yeah.
And to be a member of the UFO is like $20 a year, but you get so much. You get the feedback from the other people. You get the newsletter free, sure, but you also get free copies of every publication published by the members of the group. And we comment on each other's publications in the newsletter and also online. There's a private UFO members only site where we discuss comics and stuff, and we vote on matters and stuff. And you got Verl Bond in the group. You got
if you get one of these, you get
Larry
the
Johnson,
idea of what they do in the group. So recommended.
Alexandre Micheal is in the group now, and he publishes the Masked Avenger magazine.
Yeah.
I don't want to hype the UFO too much. I am the chairman, so I'm bound to say nice things about it, but it's a great group, and it's been around for 50 years.
Like a good
magazine. This is from Alejandro Micheal. He's in Canada, and this is an awesome book. If you were a member of the group, you'd be getting it free. And that's why, you know, that's why we got a lot of people, and more people. Like lately, the interest has really been peaking, and so I'm gratified to see a lot of people expressing interest in the group.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I publish this newsletter every 2 months. This one was a little late because it was Christmas. I did want to say one more thing, and that is that Jason Bullock has a continuing strip in here. It's called, I can't even pronounce it. It's Mr. Myron, or Myrrdn. And this is kind of exciting. It's got some great art by Jason.
Nice, yeah.
And this has been
that's included in there too.
Yeah, it's included. It's part of the newsletter, and that's cool stuff.
Yeah.
So you get comics. You get, you know, if you want to. You can order the UFO newsletter if you want one copy, or you can order a subscription or whatever. Subscriptions are $18 a year, yes, and I'm self-hyping to the max, so we need to move on. What's that?
Anybody know who this is? It's a contest. Can you guess who this is?
Bill Holman, Larned Justin.
Yeah, Bill Holman was the originator. Who's the character?
Looks like a cat in a hat, kind of.
Yeah, Smokey Stover.
Smokey Stover.
Smokey Stover was a fireman. That's his little fire truck there. And I saw something, I had to draw it, so I drew it, and that is Smokey Stover. Look him up, do a Google on Smokey Stover, and you can see who it is.
Okay, that's just a drawing there. It hasn't been published yet, right?
No. All right, now we got
the Mother Lode.
Ugly Mug 5.
And this is a big zine, and it comes from Great Britain.
This is from Harley Richardson in London. And here's the story. He sent Steve and I each a copy. It came to us sopping wet. Completely
both of us.
Submerged. You couldn't do anything with it. So I emailed Harley, and I said, I'm really sorry, but we can't do anything with the book because it came somehow, the post people put it underwater. I mean, you couldn't do anything with it. So he says, well, I'm going to send
Right.
you another one. I said, well, that's kind of expensive coming from, it's a big book, heavy. And
Yeah.
he said,
And
well,
especially
I'll
overseas
send them again.
postage.
And he did. So this is Ugly Mug, 72 pages.
Huh?
And it's big. I mean, it's
big, and it's
bigger than
full
a
of
comic book.
it's full of all kinds of crazy,
And he's got
surreal
a bunch of contributors.
stuff.
And I mean, it is way, way out there. If you like things that
There you go. There's all kinds of stuff in here, and like you can see the artwork is great. And these are British artists.
These are British artists.
So we're not quite familiar with them, but
Harley
man,
himself has a number of strips in here, and some of them I'm going to be
Count
honest,
Dracula
I
is in
didn't
here.
get it.
There's Count
Some
Dracula.
I didn't get, but really awesome stuff. I mean, all kinds of stuff in here.
Well, it's a beautiful zine. It's a beautiful zine, and there's a lot of stuff that's really, kind of gripping, and you have to read it carefully.
Yeah.
And then there's some funny stuff. There's stuff that's kind of like experimental.
Yeah, it's
like this. Whoop,
very
that one has something in it you might not want to show your kids, but.
And this is number 5, so he's done four other issues of this. I don't know if they were this big or not, but and this is $12.40. He has it in pounds, but it converts to $12.40.
Yeah. But look at
and
this.
I'll
look
have
at some of
his
this.
info in the description also. Look at that.
Some of this artwork's really, really nice.
All kinds of really cool stuff.
Yeah. It just goes to show you, over in Britain. What I remember, back in, never thought of, I knew that Marvel Comics and DC Comics were selling comics in Britain. When I was just a kid, I remember coming across a little digest size Flash and Green Lantern stories from the Flash and Green, reprinted, and it was from Great Britain. It was a little digest before you saw a lot of digest comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's great stuff there, but I never thought of the British. We're used to American comics. We had Marvel comics, we had DC, we had Jack Kirby, we had Neil Adams and everything. Never thought much about the British comics creators, and that's my bad, because there's some really talented people over there.
There's a guy
we need
here
to be paying
really
attention.
Like. He only has a couple of. I gotta find it. I want to show it to you. He only has a couple of stories in here, and it's this guy right here. John Bagnall. Let me see if I can get that on the camera.
I remember noticing that name.
If you can see the artwork there, and he does this Father Gilderoy.
Father Gilderoy.
He's like an investigator, but he's one of the worst investigators I've ever seen. He's really bad. But there's a couple of these. Father Gilderoy stories in this book, which this guy is pretty cool. I like him. Now his artwork reminds me, did you know who John Miller was from Scotland?
No.
No? Okay. Some people will know who he is. He drew these real intense comics. Mostly words and little bitty. This picture may be squeezed into the bottom, and they're all words. And unfortunately, he had a mental disorder, and but he was functional. But very strange comics. But anyway, some of the stuff in here remind me a little bit.
Some of the strangest people out there make the best comics. They're most talented.
Yeah.
Sid Barrett. This is creative people. Sid Barrett was in Pink Floyd at the very beginning, and he went crazy, and that's why he's not in Pink Floyd anymore. But that's a little rock and roll history. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Throw that in, just in
you
case.
Rock and roll fans.
Yeah.
And this is apparently the comic company that they have is the House of Harley.
The House of Harley, yeah.
And they have a House of Harley shop here where you can order back issues of Ugly Mug and other things that they
other
publish.
comics. Yep.
So yeah, so
So
they've
yeah,
been and they're doing some wildly creative and inspiring stuff.
some wild stuff. I
So
mean,
kudos to
great.
you guys. This impressed us.
Yeah, it really is. It's pretty neat. 72 pages. I mean, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Beautiful, just
Yeah.
beautiful here.
So,
All right, well, thank you so
well,
much for the comics you sent to us, folks.
yeah, we had a jam-packed show today.
We appreciate it. Hope we didn't bore you.
Yeah,
But,
I hope you'll take advantage of some of those, pick up a couple, and I guess we'll wrap it up. We don't have anything else for tonight, but
not for
soon
now.
we get some more stuff, we'll be right back on.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited that you're sending it. You know, they were getting a lot more people sending stuff in, wanting their stuff reviewed. We're happy to review it, you know, and
my
we just want to. Our thing is to promote small press.
I was going to say where my YouTube channel, when I post these, just went up to 1,400 subscribers. That doesn't mean we get 1,400 views. We do get around 80, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, I think the last
this very long.
We have gotten like 150 views and stuff. The one the episode
we interviewed Larry.
When we interviewed Larry Johnson, that one got a lot of views.
Yeah.
So, and we're going to do more interviews in the future too.
Yeah. So somebody's looking at this stuff. We're not alone out here.
Well, we love comics and we love small press, and it's just great to see so many people out there that have so much creativity that, they're doing what they want to do because they want to do, because they're not necessarily making any money at all at this. Like me, I lose money.
For the love of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to really enjoy that, and we want to promote that kind of creativity, and the Small Press Network and other, creative people. So. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Okay, we will see you next time. Keep an eye on in fact, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and there's a bell notification you can hit, and that'll tell you when we're coming on with another video. So we will see you next time.